Let's talk about this Bitcoin pattern that looks very similar to 2020. Blockstream's CEO Adam Black believes, he made a bet recently that he believes that Bitcoin will hit 100,000 before the halving in 2024. And that's only 6 months away. 6 months away. He believes that we will be at 100,000 before April of 2024. Is he going to be right? We have seen many prominent people make really big, bold predictions. We had what? The CTO, the ex-CTO of Coinbase say $1 million in 3 months, which I said was not going to happen, but it caused a lot of people to get quite excited, right? So this time around, can this happen? It's a possibility. Now, the biggest reason why he thinks this will happen is because of Bitcoin ETFs, okay? Bitcoin ETFs, spot ETFs has never, ever existed before, and we have a really good shot of having like 8 or 9 of them be approved right before the halving event, which can bring billions upon billions upon billions of liquidity into this space, right? In fact, speaking of those 9, we will have another deadline. The ARK one, kind of like we just kind of rolled past it, right? So the ARK one, we're looking at a third deadline. But if you're looking at all the other ones, like the one from BlackRock, for example, we're going to get a deadline next early September 2nd, right? And you can see we have BlackRock, Bitwise, Van Eyck, WisdomTree, Investo Galaxy, Fidelity, and Valkyrie, right? Their third deadlines are coming up. So if ARK gets approved in January, all those other ones will be approved in January too. If the ARK one gets denied, not all hope is lost, because then we have the BlackRock one that's coming up in March. So all of those are right before the halving event. And if we do get one or all approved either in January or March, we will see massive amount of money flowing in, and then this prediction of 100,000 before the halving event can certainly be a possibility, right? And many people are betting that BlackRock is going to get it done. They don't want to look like fools. They don't want to look like, they spurred up all this attention and momentum and enthusiasm only to get denied. No, Larry Fink, he has his ways of getting what he wants. Well, Bitcoin is mimicking this pattern from 2020, and it's a very good one, okay? So the pattern is the daily chart, the RSI, is extremely low. It shows that Bitcoin is oversold. In fact, it even ties to the RSI to oversold level of COVID crash, March of 2020. So we have to go back, 3.5 years. To me, the COVID crash still seems like it was like literally last year. It's amazing that it's been 3.5 years, because I remember that crash vividly, okay? When we were coming up from bottom of 3,100, we rose up to about 14,000. We came back down a little bit to about maybe 10, 11,000, and boom, we went from 11,000 down to 3,800 in a matter of, 2 days? Because everyone was scared about what was happening with COVID and lockdowns and everything, right? So think about how scary that moment was. And Bitcoin was below 4,000 at that point, right? So from a oversold level, right now we are equaling that. That's how oversold we are. Despite the fact, we had Luna, Celsius, FTX collapse, right? We've recovered from the bottom of 15,000. We're at 26,000 now, which is not optimal. It's lower than our previous high or local high of 31,000, yes. But if you think about it, man, it's quite amazing. Quite amazing how far Bitcoin has come, right? And we are now at the same oversold level as March of 2020. So if you're waiting for a buying opportunity, if you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking that, I'm going to wait for better prices, okay? This is one of those times. It's confirmation that this is a pretty darn good time to be accumulating and buying, right? If you've been sitting on the sidelines, if you've been in the game and you're looking for a good DC opportunity, whenever we go higher, people always ask, do you think we're going to fall down to this level or this level? I need it to go down to buy, right? Again, this is confirmation like this is a pretty good time to be loading up right now. Over the last 3 years, basically, if you look at MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor, even though MicroStrategy stock has been going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Their Bitcoin strategy has worked better than Apple strategy and Microsoft strategy and Alphabet and Amazon strategy, even NVIDIA. So MicroStrategy had a bigger increase in market cap than all those companies over the last 3 years simply by following the Bitcoin strategy. So obviously it has worked. It has worked, right? So that's why Michael Saylor believes there's no better strategy than the Bitcoin strategy. Okay, outside of MicroStrategy, just he's going to be in Jackson Hole, and he's going to be making a big press conference on Friday, okay? I remember last time he spoke at Jackson Hole, he said some very, very bearish things. I forgot when was last time. Last year? Has it been a year already? But last time I remember he was there speaking, it was no good. He had a very, very hawkish tone, okay? And I'm hoping this time around he does not. So this is like exactly 1 month before the next FOMC meeting, right? Is he going to indicate that we need another rate hike or more rate hikes in general? That would be bad. Very bad, okay? Or he might say, well, it's still a wait and see moment, right? Inflation didn't really tick up. Core inflation actually ticked down. You know, job numbers are still looking good. Economic numbers are softening. So maybe it's still a wait and see moment. That would be the best case scenario. So that's also coming this week on Friday. This is also measuring the open interest on Binance, basically the futures interest, how many people are placing their longs versus shorts, right? And it is very, very low. Okay, again, going all the way back to March. This is not going back all the way to March of 2020, but this is going back to March. So again, shows that there's very little greed right now, which can be interpreted that this is a very good thing. This is the bottom signal, like a local capitulation point. Again, if you're looking for confirmation to be loading up, to be accumulating, to be DCAing, this would be one of those moments, right? So that's why we're mimicking these previous patterns, because we did sell off, but this is a good thing, a bullish thing for those of you guys that want to be in the game, that understand what Bitcoin is about, and have this trust in central banks and fiats around the world. This is a great time to be coming in.